Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Black Flight by Historic Wings, designed by Thomas Van Hare. I'm going to restart my Hunters campaign, as I've done a lot of changes, small but changes nonetheless, to VASSAL. And after a while, the save games just get out of control. So I got to restart. Hopefully, get a clean start, and I won't have to change anything anymore. Little things that I want to add to make things easier, notes, things like that. The damage, I had damage resetting on the Allied planes. So after the dogfight, so little things like that I had to change. Thanks to Chris Shaw for helping me find all these and get this thing ironed out. So we're going to start a new game, and we're going to set up everything. And I'm going to set it up with the notes, because I like having that little patrol plan that Thomas has in his example play in the notes. So I'm going to come in as RNAS. And we're going to go to the notes, and as you see, I have that there now. Now I just got to make sure. I just, of course, started up and had to immediately make a change because my squadron commander wasn't working. So there's I supposed to have 8 kills, and I realized that my entry wasn't working right. So I got to put. That's the problem with putting input in layers, is sometimes you can add one. And two, it's a huge amount of layers and stuff, and rather than offset it so it works that you can manually enter one, I decided to just leave it the way it was and make you add one when you input your kills. So my instance, the squadron commander is supposed to have 8 kills, and I put in 8 and it only shows 7, so I had to. So we're going to start out as Isaac Morrow again. Attack dice 3, and I pulled the 6 man, but I'm going to go ahead and start all over again. Let's go to SC. As you see, he's already there. We're going to starting kills, and now it's going to tell me to add 1. So I now know that I want 9 because he has 8, and it shows up as 8 now. Constantly messing with myself, and the 8 victories will show up over here. So let's do another trait card now. Get the squadron sheet set up, and you see all that's filled out already for us. Put the squadron commander there, and put squadron commander there. And draw his trait card. It's just easier keeping track of everything over here on this. His trait card, Perfectionist. Never crashes on takeoff or suffers any problems. That's a great card to have for the squadron commander, because I like to fly mine a lot, and you risk them every time, so that's a great one to have. The Perfectionist. Yeah, the Perfectionist. All right, and actually I want to copy that. The only thing I didn't set up automatic is the trait and vice cards to show on all the different sheets. It's just way too much coding and especially with the putting 2 together on the one line and stuff. It's just way too much coding and global properties and stuff like that. So you'll have to do like I do and copy paste on that. But everything's all set up here for the squadron commander. The victories are showing up. No vice cards for him. He flies whatever plane, so he doesn't get a plane. And now we go to 15 pilots, and I'm going to do these one at a time, and I'm going to do them on the squadron grid. And I'm just going to grab my names from, I use the fantasy names generator, and I put in there Canadian names. We'll see what it gives me. I don't really care. It's just a game, and I'm going to have fun. So we're going to go Clark Irwin as the flight leader for, as of now, for Flight A. Don't feel anything out there yet. And actually, no, I'd like to do that right away. And then the reason you'll notice when you start up that I have all these placed here, it's because when I'm starting up, I like to go Irwin. I'm going to give him the plane ID of I. So I'm going to go ahead and pull I over here so I know that I is now taken. I need little reminders like that. I'll do all the trait cards and stuff later. We're just going to concentrate on getting names and planes. The other thing I can do is have this ready. We don't know his attack dice yet. He is the flight leader, so we'll put that in there. And I do want to drag I over. So we'll keep these handy too. Triplane A to Z. I want I, and I want to make sure I keep these on here. Damage, 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 damage. Controller Shift P. Yes, that should work. That was my latest change that didn't work. And that one I could have easily replaced planes on, but I neglected to lost my train of thought. It's not able to get the notes. I added notes in here, and some of the other things messed up. So I was just like, all right, it's trying to restart anyway. So we got a Clark Irwin in there. We're going to go for the second pilot, which is going to be Jackson Shirley. I don't know if I really like that name, but you know what? I'm going to put him in X because S is probably a fairly common letter. So let's go ahead and put him in X. All right. And the third pilot, and actually we need to grab X over here. Drop that down there. And we'll go to the next one, Alex Law. He'll be in plane ID L. And next one is Cash Reynolds. Cash. And he'll be in plane ID R. And you'll notice when I flash over there into the squadron grid that all this is getting automatically entered in up there. The other thing I'll go through, just as in the squadron commanders, all the kills and everything go to all the different sheets at the same time. And last but not least is going to be Daniel Olson. And he'll be an O. Flight A. Something in my eye. Must be allergic to recording. And we got away from putting all the planes out already. So we've got L. R. O. And without the cards, there's my setup on the flight roster A. And I'll keep these here. I'll pull these planes off and put them over here as they go in for overhauls and stuff. And these guys, I do overhauls on Mondays. So I'll go ahead and set that on the sheet right now. Or they're half days off. It'll be Monday for them, so they'll have their half day off. And I think I put that in there. Notes, half day. Nope, that's. I thought I put that in there, but maybe I didn't. No, I think I was going to, and I didn't because it's just way too much information. Yeah. All right. We'll not worry about that. I do them Mondays. I do these guys Wednesdays. And I do these guys Fridays. All right. Second flight, B flight, black flight. Get that one down. Pull up black flight. Well, I'm going to get more male names. We'll start at the top. Nash Stewart. We'll be in plane S, which we didn't use because we used X for Alec or Pat Jackson because you just seemed to. I knew something like this would come up, and I'd rather have a fitting plane. And let's get S out there. Let's see. We've got Jacob Marcus. M is still available. Yes, M is still available. He'll be an M. All right, next one is Huxley Robbins. You know what, I'm going to skip down a couple. We're going to use Theo Bondar. He'll be in B. After a while, I just start using X, Y, and Z for the guys that double up. Because you're going to get double names unless you run into one that has an obvious that you can use, like Jackson or something like that, or you can use the first name. You're going to run into it. So after a while, I just start using some of the latter ones that don't show up. Avery Scott, and I'm going to use V for him. Take it from the A's available, but the V stands out, so we'll use V for him. And that brings out Wiseman. And W is still available, so we'll use W for him. And they are all filled out there for, oops, you know what I wanted, I do like to do this. A. All right, and we'll bring out C. And C is usually my weakest flight. But I keep them pretty average. I like mine to be a little less. I've had plenty of practice at starting off. So I find that I kind of only do them off by one. I think I do what, 5 cards, 5, 4, and 3. Maybe it's more than that. I'll have to look when I do it. But I definitely don't go too far off on it. Miles Lane is going to be my... And you know what? Let's use Y for him because Y is available and L and M are already taken. And we got Riley Byrne. They're all taken, so I'm going to give him Z. Getting away from pulling these over to Y and Z. And things start getting so confusing fast, and at least in my replays they always do, that it's nice having the assigned plane, but things go south in a hurry. Colt Ross, and R is taken, so we will give him C. Come on, you can do it. And Tyson Asper. We'll give him A. And Keegan Arbor. Nope. I didn't copy it. I'm going to have to check that. My son just got back off deployment, and this is his first day off. He may be, he's trying to get everything together, so he may be looking for help. Kean Arbor, we'll give him K. All right, now we can go through and take all these, delete them out. There we go. All right, we've got our guys. So now we got, I've only done this how many times, but I'm going to make sure I do it because I swear I drop about 100 IQ points as soon as I put my headphones on, start talking into the microphone. So bear with me here. You get +1 attack dice, one attack dice for everybody. All the leaders get +1. So this is easier to do on the... There's that. This is easier to do on this sheet right here. No, it isn't. Squadron roster, Greg. Come on. The grid. So attack dice, 1 + 1. And these guys are all 1s. Like I said, I'm not a good typist, so when I can copy and paste, I copy paste. And this is so I don't forget when I start doing the rest. I'm going to give you a little, once I get this set up too, I'm going to go over how I like to do things on a control and why. And because I've used the module quite a bit, and if I find it's easier, I talked to Thomas. Now, let's not get sidetracked. We'll get back to that in a little bit. I talked to Thomas on how best to set up the flight rosters, and we came up with the actual. I'll go over it in a little bit. It's easier to explain when I'm showing it to you. Remember what I said about IQ dropping by 100 points. So, all right. So we get half days off. We're going to schedule around that soon. All right, airdrome setup, inventory. We already did that. 9 vice cards. Yes, it is 5-4. No, it isn't 5-4-3. It's 4-3-2. 4-3-2 is what I do. So 9 vice cards. Let's get them available. Oops. And draw multiple cards. We're just going to draw 9. You know what? No. I'm going to go ahead and draw 9 out the hard way just so it shuffles them a lot. Just to make sure that it's doing a lot of shuffling. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know how good it shuffles them when I draw 9 off the top at the beginning of the game. I ought to put a shuffle command in there too, but it's easier just to do that. All right, so B's always my, you know what, let's get our 9 vices out as well. All right, now, B's always my big one. And I don't like my squad commanders to get vices right away. So my vices, these guys get 4. And you're not going to know what they are until you get... that's 4. So everybody in B... I'm going to just leave that like that. We'll write that in there when they go. And we also get 4 trait cards. I don't like my flight leaders to have vices right off the bat. Vices can be very bad. So we just go, I start from the bottom, and very simplistic. I start from the bottom and work up for vice cards, and start at the top and work down for trait cards, because I do want my top guys to have, so the bottom guys all vice and the flight leaders all trait, and then it gets in betweens where things start getting interesting. So now we go to A is my next highest one, and they'll get 3 vice cards, and again I'll start at the bottom on them. Oh, my OCD is going to mess with me there. All right, there's 3 for them. Then we'll get the 3 vice cards. 1, and I won't bother writing these in until I get to the first dogfight when we flip them and see what we get. But I go very heavy on the first day on patrol. So, all right, that's A flight, and C is usually my weak one. So we're going to get just 2 cards, so the 2 vices go on to the bottom 2 guys. And the 2 traits go on the top 2 guys. Quite simplistic. Alright, and that's got them assigned. Then we go through and attack dice. Oh, we have 30 attack dice. I've already given 15 of them out. So we've already done that step. And that's easier to do this on the grid. So again, my top flight is going to be B. So they're going to get the majority of the 15. So I'm going to give this guy 3 extra wins for 4 plus 1. That's 3. Oops, not 44. We'd like 44, but this guy will get 2, so that's going to give him 3. That's 3, 4, 5, 6 for this guy. 7 for that guy. 8 for that guy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. No, 9, 10. 11. 12, 13, 14. 12, 13. 14. 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Not too far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, we do have that. All right, and they all show up now over on here. What I like to do when I'm setting up a flight, and I use this patrol roster for everything now, is say I'm using these guys, I will just go ahead and select them all. Oh, you got to do these. Yeah, you got to do these one by one. The cards. You go ahead and select this and send that to the plane 1. Send this one to plane 2. Both of these go to plane 3. This goes to plane 4. And you get the idea. Then I'll copy and paste because, again, I'm lazy. I'm not a typist. I hunt and peck. So, and the attack dice, I'll do the same thing. He's got 4. And as you start getting traits and everything, you can adjust these without messing with your permanent attack dice. And he's flight leader this time, so he's going to get 4 plus the plus 1. When he's not the flight leader, I only transfer over his actual attack dice. So I can adjust these as the flight goes on. So when I'm done the mission and I hit this, everything goes back and it clears all that out. So you can do a lot of paperwork on there and not have to mess with anything over here. And I like that. So that's just why I use that. And I got that set up for, I think it's like something crazy like 14 planes. And I can actually move that up to a little bit more if I so desire. It takes a lot of work to make that happen. But if you have more than 14 planes, you're probably not going to have 14 planes at any given time. So I just went with 14. And if you have more than 14, then you're probably flying a squadron commander. He can keep his own. You'll just have to keep track of some things on your own. But anyway, that handles most of them. There's my squadron all ready to go. The grid, I'll fill out all their trait cards and stuff as they turn them over. All the hit dice are in here, and they also transition over to the other roster. Plus, the Squadron roster here is now set up, and we are ready to go for the first day. So I'm going to cut this video right here, get that done, and we'll put this up. This is Black Flight by Historic Wings. And thanks all for joining me. We will see you next time. Have a great night or a great day.